What's going on, Diggletdreams? Mathers here with some more Duelyst. And it's been way too long since I've recorded and uploaded some good Duelyst content. And look at this nice new update they have. You see that? You see that nice little update they did? Ooh, that is... I can watch that all day, honestly. Something else that's really cool, though, is they added a little practice mode. Let's see if I can find it, actually. Yeah, practice tool, there it is. So I can do, like, if I wanted to try out a deck or something, I could play here instead. Maybe I'll do that in the future if anybody's interested in seeing something like that. But for now, I didn't mean to go that far back. But we're just going to take on the ladder as usual. I'm going to try out MegaMogwai's budget Vanar, that he posted a video on his channel describing the deck and how it was budget and how it worked and everything. I'll put a link to that video in the description below. But if you haven't seen it, ooh, look at that. That is also really nice. But if you haven't seen that video, it is basically a deck that focuses around the card Mark of Solitude, which is a card that makes any unit a 5/5. Doesn't take away its abilities or anything. It just makes it a 5/5. Nice. So the idea is to get something like a Veil Hunter out and then make it a Mark of Solitude on like turn 2, make it a 5/5 range, and just kind of pick off all of your opponent's creature really early on. And it's something that has actually made a lot of people forfeit in the early turns of this game if it happens to work out really well for me. And I should have placed the ranged unit before I moved, but oh well. But I've been taking my recording a little too seriously lately, so I'm just going to kind of focus on having fun this time, just kind of chill. That thing, I don't know if it's worth dispelling quite yet. I think I'll just run off in the corner here. Not in the corner, but oh well. See, I have 4. So what I can do is play Jaxi and a Crystal Cloaker here, and that way it's also infiltrating. And I think I'll just hit this thing for 1 damage. Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? I'll hit it with my General too, because it doesn't have any attack, so I might as well. And that'll count for that. I don't think he can get the orb unless he summons 2 things, obviously. But we'll see what he does. I really... Oh, Orb Weaver, that's nice. I would really love to have a Mark of Solitude right now so I could make my thingamajig over here a 5/5. Ooh, but he's gonna make this Portal Guardian a real threat. Alright, that goes over there, which is nice. Gonna be able to take out his Pyromancer, so I'm pretty happy about that. And I think I'll replace the Blazing Spines, because I don't think they're really helping me right now. Also, look at this nice tile animation they updated. Oh, he's replacing a card. That's another update they just did. Up the 0.56 update they just did, and all this. That's what all this stuff is from. Actually, let's replace the Cryogenesis. I don't really feel like that's being that useful. Our sister, not really what I wanted. But let's see, what I can do is pick off the Pyromancer, pick off his Portal Guardian, pick off this thing, I guess. Actually, I'd rather just hit him. Maybe that was not the right play, but let's just pick off this one. And I will summon another Jaxi, I suppose. Actually, I could do Jaxi and Blazing Spines. Why not, you know? Where do I want to put it, though? That's the question. Let's put it right here. Kind of block him off a little bit. Like, kind of put some pressure on him. Let's see what he does. Alright, he's probably gonna take that mana. Looking like it. If he just runs it into Jaxi though, I would not mind. So it's only a matter of time until I get a Mark of Solitude. Star's Fury. That's annoying. That's problematic. Fortunately, well, he's gonna have to. He just has to use a few of them to take out. If he wants to take. Oh, that has 1 health left, right? So that was pretty good play on my opponent's part. He's taking out a lot of my stuff. Took out both my ranged. He did not do it before I got my other Jaxi though, so I am gonna at least have one of my ranged things around, which is good. If I can maybe replace and get a Mark of Solitude right now, I'd be pretty happy with that. I can also Hearth Sister the Blazing Spines, which I'm pretty pumped about. Emerald Rejuvenator is really nice. All these cards are really nice. I guess the Chromatic Cold is the least useful. We get another. Oh my god. Alright, we can do an Emerald Rejuvenator and a Hearth Sister play. I think that would be ideal. So let's put the Emerald Rejuvenator like here, sure. And then I'll do Hearth Sister, and we'll trade places with this one. Because that one's on its way out anyway. Might as well hit the general pretty hard. And let's take out the Orb Weaver, and we'll hit him as well with my ranged unit over here. My mini Jax. And let's see Mark of Solitude. Do we see Mark of Solitude? We do not. Where are all my Mark of Solitudes? But we're not looking too bad right now. We got health advantage, we got be it for board control. We can potentially drop an Arctic Displacer next turn. Star's Fury again, okay. That's pretty crazy. That is most of his, that's pretty much his whole turn is using that though. And I guess I'm okay with it. He's not going to be able to take out my Emerald Rejuvenator. He's not going to be able to take out my Blazing Spine. He's only going to be able to 2 damage to me. Alright, I guess he can sack it, both of the 2 of his dervishes into the Emerald Rejuvenator if he wants. That is a-okay. Because what I can do... Ooh. Let's see, I have 7 mana. Let's replace one of these at least. See what we get. Hailstone Prison, that's not really useful at all. He doesn't even have anything on the field, but I can Emerald Rejuvenator, I could Snowpiercer, I could do both of these right now. That would be pretty good actually. I feel confident with that play. Let's do it. Where's a good this is a pretty good position honestly, just to be in the middle of the board. Let's put the Emerald Rejuvenator. Let's take Star's Fury into account, and we'll play right here, just so we can only get a potential 2 out of it. And Snowpiercer, so I am at 5 and 18. I can hit him for almost half of his health, which is pretty awesome. So he's down to 6. I'm still at 16. I'm feeling good about that. I draw another Snowpiercer too, so he's got his work cut out for him. Smokey the Bear. I just noticed that. That is amazing. That's a great name. Let's see what he does though. He could like do something crazy. I don't think he would have any chance of having lethal right now. And I do have a Lightbender. I have Hailstone Prison if he decides to like provoke me or something. But he's gonna do an Obelisk, which is pretty okay by me because I can actually Lightbender the crap out of him, which would be pretty funny. He replaces, and he ends his turn. Let's see. Unfortunately, I can't reach him. I cannot reach him. If only I had one more mana. Let's see. I think I could play potentially Hailstone Prison, the one closest to him. that way reducing the chance that he will get a I can Hailstone Prison the one closest to him, and then kill the other one with a combination of my General and the Emerald Rejuvenator, and then Arctic Displacer, like right in his face. I think that will be the play to make. Go right here and blow this thing away, and then just Arctic Displacer right here. That way he's caught on both sides, so he can't really run either way, and that'll be that. We're looking really powerful right now. We draw another Hailstone Prison. He's gonna Entropic Decay. Okay, that's fine, because now I have potential to take him on with my own General and Emerald Rejuvenator potentially. He's gonna do another Portal Guardian and Scion's First Wish. That's okay, because I still have the Hailstone Prison, I have the Lightbender. I am not really worried at all. It's just a matter of time until I catch up to him, really. We'll replace Fenrir, see if we get like a Heart Sister would be ideal. Alright, we get a Razorback, which doesn't really help. Yeah, honestly, let's just Lightbender. I feel like that is a better play. I want to be able to take that position. Yeah, we'll save the Lightbender. Let's just Hailstone Prison. So I can just run over there with my General, and I'll run down here with my Emerald Rejuvenator. So I can try to maybe catch him in the corner, if possible. And he concedes. Alright. Nice. So we didn't get to show off Mark of Solitude at all there, but it's still a powerful deck. As we get to rank 15, nice, 3 wins in a row. Should be my first win of the day, alright. As well as 2 wins in a row, so that's good. Well, not in a row, but my 2 wins reward. It actually was 3 wins in a row though, so I'll take that. But that was a good match. We'll definitely get another one real quick. Hopefully maybe get to show off the Mark of Solitude right now. That would be pretty cool for up against Vanar. I never know. Every time I see any other type of deck, I'm just like, what do I have to do with this? So there's really no good thing coming from the preview. Okay, we don't get what I was hoping for, which is like a Veil Hunter or Jaxi, but we can replace the Razorback and see what we get. We get Jaxi, nice. So I'm going to go ahead and say good luck, have fun, blow him a kiss, and we'll go ahead and charge on forward, play Jaxi down here, and we'll call that a turn. We draw another Heart Sister, and we draw the Razorback that we just replaced. I guess it could have been one of the other Razorbacks. Oh, he's also got a Jaxi, nice. And an Azurite Lion, oh boy. Oh boy. I'm gonna save the Heart Sister. I can replace one. I should replace the Razorback. Yeah, I'll replace the Razorback. It's less useful. So let's see. What I can do is just run over here. I don't want his Jaxi to his mini Jax to appear in a corner yet, because I don't want him to be able to just take mine out next turn. So I think what I'll do is just run mine into his General, so I can get mine. Oh, that's right there, perfect. What I could do here is put my Crystal Cloaker here, that way his General can't reach mine. And then what I'll do is just attack his Azurite Lion with my General, that way it can't take advantage of celerity, but by attacking me twice next turn, I guess. That doesn't really make that much sense, but I can afford to take a 2 damage hit right now. You still haven't drawn Mark of Solitude. I don't know what this is all about, but hopefully soon. Maybe I can probably replace something soon. He's gonna Healing Mystic his Azurite Lion, not bad. Alright, I feel that. And Divine Bond, okay, that's pretty scary. He's gonna hit me for 10 right now, wow. That is a big hit really early on that I was not ready to take, and he's gonna bring me down to 9. Wow. That is huge. Holy crap. Holy crap. Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and Hearth Sister to take on this thingamajig, this mini jack, so he doesn't get to take advantage of it at all. And I'm gonna go ahead and run. Let's start chipping him away, I guess. I have enough for a cryogenesis, but I think Hearth Sister is probably my better play, just to put something in his way. I don't want him to be able to reach me right now, so I'll just play right there, and we'll skip the ability. So we don't get too much value out of that, unfortunately, but I really needed a unit in that space so that he couldn't just reach me immediately with his general. I need to get some Emerald Rejuvenators going, but geez, it's only like, we just had turn 3 and I'm already down to 9. I was just not prepared for this. Okay, so he's gonna, yeah, I could have seen that coming, and he will be able to move his general down. Arclight Regalia, Sunstone Bracers, Primus Shieldmaster, jeez. I do have Hailstone Prison, but I was hoping I'd be able to play an Emerald Rejuvenator. So what I can do is just run this thing into him, hit him for 4 damage, hit him for 5 damage. Let's see, do I want a Rejuvenator? I really do. Yeah, I kind of need the health. So we go back to 11. Not great, but I'll take it. Hailstone the next turn, potentially. If he Divine Bonds here, though, holy crap. He's replacing. Probably just drew a Divine Bond by replacing. Alright, he didn't Divine Bond, which is nice. He's just going to hit me for 4, bringing me down to 7 again. Basically undoing the Primus Shieldmaster. And he's going to hit me with a Saber Spine Tiger, too. And a War Surge. Holy crap. Okay, so it hits me for 4, and I'm down to 3. Oh boy. Oh my. Okay. Wait, let's see. He is at 11. I have 4, 5, 6. I can't hit him with that. Could I hit him with that? I could potentially hit him with that. 6, 9. If I use this, hold on, let me see. He's got 11. I got 4. I can Hailstone this is what I'm saying. Hailstone that, hit him for 4. I move this up there, hit him for 5. That's 9. Hit him with this. That's 12. That's lethal, don't I? I have lethal, don't I? Oh my goodness. So I Hailstone that, I take this thing out, I move up here, I equip the thingamajig, so I have lethal. Oh my goodness, well played. So I hit him for 4, hit him for 3, and I finish him off. That's what I'm talking about, see? That's why you don't give up on games. You can always come back on something crazy like that. I did not think I was winning that game. Wow. Whew. And we unlock the angry Vanar face. Not bad. That is so cool. Alright. Let's see. We've been recording for 19 minutes. That is kind of short, but I really just want to end it there. It's been such a frustrating time trying to record Duelyst for the last couple days. I've been losing a lot, and it was just really good to get a nice couple wins like that. And that was so cool. That was so cool. I'm just gonna end it there, guys. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to leave a comment down below seeing what you want to see in the future for Duelyst content. If you want to see me use more decks like that, if you want to see me use a specific faction, please feel free to let me know. Let's see, for those who are unfamiliar with Duelyst factions, maybe this is one of the first Duelyst videos you're seeing. Let's just go over some stuff real quick, because we have a little extra time, why not? We have Linar here, which is led by this guy, Archeon High Main. He's got a lot of cool stuff. The cool thing about Linar is its ability Zeal. Let's see if I can find one of them. So Windblade Adept is one of the most basic units in Linar. Zeal gains +2 attack, and the ability Zeal is it's an ability that's activated when the unit is in range of the general. So like the idea of Linar is like keeping the big units, or making your units better while they're close to your own general. Same thing with Skywind Glaives is another thing that kind of goes with that theme. Friendly minions nearby your general gain +2 attack. So again, here's another Zeal right there. The Linar is the only one that has Zeal, so that's why it's kind of cool. But Divine Bond, one of my favorite cards in Linar. It's really powerful, of course, plus attack equal to its health. So Linar has a lot of these bulky units. They don't have much attack, but they have a lot of health, so that's why Divine Bond is so huge. But they have a lot of, like, it's kind of like a knight. Knight and sun are like, not night as in like night and day, but like night with a K. Hashtag bars. But that's kind of like what Linar is all about, is like healing is really big, health, and all that good stuff. Songhai is really cool, one of my favorites. I think one of the overall favorites, and they use a lot of spells and small units that can kind of do a lot of burst damage. The idea, burst damage is like you play like 3 spells in a row to either deal damage to the general, which I don't really find that interesting, but you can do things like one of my favorite cards in Songhai is Mistdragon Seal, which gives a friendly minion +1/+1 and teleports it to any space on the battlefield. So you can like use that to your advantage by moving something in the way, moving it to the opponent, just the opposing general. I can't talk. Moving it to the opposing general and then buffing it with like a Saber-Spine Seal, which gives it +3 attack, and just blowing it away. Songhai's signature thing is Backstab, as you can see on here, right here. One of the basic units for Songhai is Backstab is something when you're standing behind something, you can deal extra damage, and you don't take the counterattack that is usually there for every attack. So it's a really cool ability, something that's unique to Songhai. So that's, Songhai is really cool. They're really sneaky and assassin-y and stuff like that. Vitruvian is probably tied for my favorite with Vanar. Songhai is probably a really close second after those two. I don't know, they're all kind of tied for first, honestly. And like, but really, like, every single faction is really cool. Like, I can't even talk about how any of these are better or not. And I should probably end this recording, actually. I apologize, because that means it's about to run out of space. So if you enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and keep dreaming. See you next time. Peace out. And apologize for the abrupt ending. Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry for that minor delay. I just starting to run out of space on my computer, but I managed it, and now I'm just going to finish up what I was talking about, which is just kind of going over the factions, just for those who aren't familiar with this game, really. Vitruvian is what we were on. One of my favorites. They're a unique... Every faction has a unique ability that only their units get. And this one is Blast. It's like their signature one, and it's so cool. Pyromancer is one of my favorites. Blast is basically an ability that lets you attack anything in a straight line. So if there's 3 lined up in front of you, you can hit them, and you can also hit them from range, but you can't hit anything in diagonal range. Like, that's the difference. Really cool ability. Scion's Third Wish is a really awesome card that gives a friendly minion +3/+3 and blast, which is so cool. It used to be a little bit crazier, but they did have to nerf it a little bit, and I like it now. I like the idea of giving something blast. So lots of cool stuff. Also, dervishes are unique to this unless you count crossbones, but I don't, because it doesn't technically call it a dervish, although it does look like one. But dervishes are really cool. Vitruvian can use these obelisks, which summon dervishes. Basically, at the start of each turn, you summon a little 2/2 dervish, and it has rush, so that means it can attack immediately, but it then disappears at the end of the turn. So, really cool thing that I definitely want to bring to the channel, some kind of Vitruvian dervish deck. Abyssian, if I had to say, probably one of my least favorites, although it is still really awesome. I just hate facing it, that's the thing. Its main idea behind this is like sacrificing your own units and letting them die to better yourself. Kind of like sacrificial underworld necromancy kind of stuff. But the big strategy behind Abyssian is to use Wraithlings, which are not on any of these cards, but that you can summon them in all kinds of different ways. Like with this artifact, you can equip to your general. Anytime your general takes damage, you summon a 1/1 Wraithling on a random nearby space. And Gloom Chaser is a nice 2-drop that also, as it is summoned, it summons a 1/1 Wraithling alongside of it. So the idea is just kind of swarm your opponent with all these little things. You can use them to use all kinds of stuff. Like there's cards that let you kill one of your own units to kill one of your opponent's units, kill one of your units to make it easier to summon one of your own units, and there's all kinds of cool stuff like that. And Shadow Creep is probably one of the coolest things. Also, look at this. Whenever you summon a Wraithling, it's meaning it gains +2/+2. That's really powerful. Also, watch that animation again. Just becomes a pair of jaws. I think it's widely regarded as the faction that has the most in-faction synergy, in that like almost every single card in this deck, or in this faction, I should say, works really well together, more so than any other faction. Like, for example, Vitruvian has Blast units that abuse Blast, and units that abuse Dervishes, and they don't really work that well together. Obviously, they probably work well together, but they don't like directly synergize with each other. Whereas like everything in this deck really, or this faction, I keep saying deck, but I should say faction, all synergizes well together. On to the next one. Magmar, the only Pokemon in this game, is really cool, really like savage. I think that is a word I had to use for it, savage, because they're just so savage in the way that they destroy you. They're full of all these cards that buff up your units. They like the Kujata is one of my favorites. It's full of ways that you can summon your own units for less mana, but they take damage. The idea being that you get your powerful units out quicker, and you can just hit them hard earlier on. All kinds of stuff like that. I forgot to mention Abyssian's unique ability, which is Death Watch. This guy right here, Shadow Watcher. Death Watch gains +1/+1. So basically, whenever something dies, it gains +1/+1, and that's the unique ability to Abyssian. So as you can see, summoning all those little 1/1 Wraithlings, and then using them with all the crazy spells and stuff, killing them and off to make other things crazier. And all the while, this thing is gaining attack and health while you're doing that. It's pretty crazy. Magmar's signature ability is Rebirth, which is a really cool one. Whenever something with Rebirth is killed, it respawns as a 0/1 egg, and then that hatches into the same unit that it was on the end of your next turn. So things like Young Silithar, I think it's only the Silithars actually that get it. Veteran Silithar, and I think the Silithar Elder, yeah, the only ones that get Rebirth, but pretty awesome. Magmar is just a huge, they just have all these huge monsters. Like, look at this monster guy right here, just these huge fists. This monster's tusk thing, this giant Colossus, literally it's called Colossus. But Magmar is all about big, bulky things destroying you really quickly and not letting you destroy it, I guess. Another one of my favorite abilities is also unique to unique to Magmar, but I guess isn't quite its signature thing, is Grow, which is gets bigger at the start of your turn, so it gains +2/+2 at the start of each of your turns. So the longer it's alive, the more powerful it gets, and I think that's really cool. This thing is like one of the main Magmar units that has basically Grow +1/+1. Really cool ability. I have this Let It Grow deck based around that idea, and I really love playing with that deck. Even though it's not that great, I still love playing with it. And Vanar, of course, probably the one I've played the most out of all of these factions, is a really cool. It was kind of underwhelming until the most recent patch, the December patch, or no, the January patch, I guess, at the end of December patch, where they gave it a much needed card in Chromatic Cold, giving it a card that Magmar once had, basically, where you get to dispel a space and deal 2 damage to a minion or general on that space. So really, really great card. Something that Vanar really needed to make itself better. And I think it's really cool. Vanar is really, as you can tell, it's very frost based, like very cold and stuff like that. The signature ability for Vanar is Infiltrate, which is basically, this is one of the basic Vanar units right here, the Crystal Cloaker. Watch that animation again, so cool. Just like a frost beetle, I love it. Infiltrate is whenever you're on the opponent's side of the field, you gain an ability, and for example, this one gains +2 attack. So it's all about like something that that doesn't really come into account in any other faction, is what side of the field you're on, and I think that's really cool. They have a lot of other cards, like there's a card Avalanche that attacks or basically stuns everything on one side of the field. I think it's the opponent's starting side of the field too. But a really, really cool faction, and they have all these really cool aspect cards. Like Aspect of the Drake is really cool. You can change any minion into a different type of minion, and you can use that offensively, defensively, all kinds of cool stuff. Also, Spirit of the Wild is a big win condition card. Reactivates friendly minions on your opponent's starting side of the field. So the whole idea of infiltrating and using this card is really crazy. And then there's all the neutral cards, yeah. So just wanted to go over those. If you already know Duelyst fairly well, then you probably didn't really care about that. But for those who are unfamiliar, that probably maybe it was useful, I don't know. But if you want to see any of those factions being used by me in a future video, make sure to leave a comment about it down below. And why don't tell me what your favorite one is, even if that was the first time you've heard of any of them. Which one seems like the coolest to you? Which one seems like your type of play style? But other than that, guys, keep dreaming. I'll see you next time, and peace out.